Okay, so we're going to get started. Thank you everyone for joining us. My name is Tracie Schmidt. For those of you that already work with me, hi. If you don't, I hope that this provides you value. I'm a mortgage lender based out of San Diego, which you couldn't tell by the jacket, but I'm actually in Northern California right now. And I've been doing mortgage loans for over 20 years. I'm licensed in California, Texas, Florida, a bunch of other states. Our region is licensed in 38 states. So I'm able to work with a lot of you, which is amazing. Kristen has been my direct go-to at Homebot. Her and Grant have been amazing. And I just invited her to come on. I wanted to be able to have you have a resource at Homebot. If we're already partnered together, that's amazing. If we're not partnered together, let's make sure we get in touch with each other after this call. And I'm going to turn it over to you, Kristen. I know you have a lot of great information, and then we'll get to the question and answer as well.
Awesome. It's so great to meet all of you. Thank you for carving out the time on a Friday of all things to get together so we can chat. I do also have Danielle, a fellow CSM here at Homebot on the call. So if there's anything that's super topical while we're going through, Danielle, feel free to interrupt me and pop in with some questions. But yeah, we'll have plenty of time at the end to go over things. So without further ado, oh, Tracie, can you let me share my screen, please?
Yes,
I'm so
absolutely.
used to it being my Zoom.
Yeah, let me make you co-host. There you go.
Beautiful. Can everybody see that okay? Perfect. So for those of you who are on Homebot, you're probably familiar with it. For those of you who aren't, this is what homeowners see every month. This is a homeowner's digest. So this positions you as the go-to wealth expert by sending your clients a digestible guide to their home wealth once a month. It's super simple. You get hooked up with Tracie, takes about 5 minutes to play around and set up your account, upload your database, and then this just starts going out in the background for you. Set it and forget it. This helps drive your repeat and referral business, and it helps you secure more listings. So let's go through the digest together and get you guys familiar with what it looks like. The first thing that your clients are going to see right up here is your branding. Awesome. They know how to get a hold of you right away with their questions. Then they're going to be hit with the estimated value of their home or their AVM. That's the biggest thing people want to know, especially in the market right now. What's my property worth? So they have a lot of fun options here. They can tune their value. And this is set in a parameter that you set in the back end. Then they're going to confirm a few quick details: bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage. You know, maybe Jane here remodeled her kitchen. How fun. So we celebrate with confetti. And then what's really amazing is everything in the digest updates in real time. So they'll see right here that they've updated that. Over here on the left, we have mortgage information. This is either provided by the data that you upload for your clients or pulled from public record, especially depending on what state you're in and if it's a non-disclosure state or not. I always recommend to provide as much information as possible. The more info, the better. The next thing that I'm sure you're hearing from your clients after what's my home worth is how's my market performing? So that's the next thing they can engage with here. So it's going to show them based on their specific market and their specific property, a little timeline, some average statistics. They can ask for more details on things, see live listings. And then what you'll notice as we go through the digest is that there's over 60 of these pink chat bubbles that prompt them to connect with you. So they ask questions, smart questions that the average consumer may not know to ask, or they can add their own questions. Going down, we have the what's important now section. Just think of this as timely actions that their digest is prompting them on. Then we have what they've paid so far, principal versus interest, and this is our refi module. Naturally, this was a little more fun when rates were a little bit lower and things were in green and it was a little more fun to interact with, but we still do get good interaction on this. And I really think that comes from the fact that the average consumer has a lot of questions. Buying a home and making smart choices with that investment is not an easily approachable subject. And when you think about it, where are your clients going to learn about properties? Well, they're going to Zillow or Realtor or Redfin. They're getting 1,000 phone calls, they're blocking a million numbers, and they're never going back to that website. So you have to realize the value in what you're providing to your clients by giving them no strings attached education, where when they have a question, they can reach out and start that conversation when they're ready. Going down a little bit further, we can see what they can potentially do with their equity or if they want to buy another home. And then we have our Airbnb module. All of this data is provided by AirDNA, and we have a million disclaimers on there to, of course, reach out to you first to make sure it's allowed in their area and all that good stuff, but super fun for them to play with and interact with and see, maybe if I rented out 10 nights a month, how much potential revenue they could make. Scrolling down here, we have the Share Homebot section. Now, this is key when you are having these conversations with your clients and you're wrapping up the conversation. Always shoehorn this in at the end. I'm so glad you're enjoying your Homebot, and I'm so glad we were able to have this conversation today about whatever it may have been. Do you have any friends or family that want to know more about their property? Awesome. You can refer them right from here, right from your digest. That way you're just getting warm, organic leads dropped into your lap from very little effort. Then we have your branding one more time. And down here, they can unsubscribe if they would like to. So how is this going to help you get listings? Let me pop back into my account here. And one thing you'll notice is that we have a CMA request section. Tracie, have you ever gotten a CMA request from Homebot?
Yes. Well, I'm not a real estate agent, but I have seen clients request a CMA where they wanted to know what their home was worth.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect. That means it's working as intended. So this is a fantastic way for your client to raise their hand and say, I want more information on this. I might not know where to go from here, but it lets you know to start that conversation with them. You guys are the experts and Tracie's the expert. You guys know what to do when these clients come to you with these questions. We're just here to make sure that happens. So Homebot doesn't just engage homeowners, we also engage your buyers, which is of course very, very important for all of you. All of you on this call have a lot of interested buyers, so let me show you what they get every month. Let's check out Betty Buy a Home here. So it's going to be very similar in setup to the Homeowner's Digest, right? Here is your branding right at the top, right out of the gate. And all of the information on the buyer's side is submitted by the client themselves. So Betty Buy Her Home, which is me, this is just my demo account, went in here and set her price point, the different zip codes that she's interested in, what her timeline looks like, with her price point, what rate she may have been approved for, can put in like pre-qual information, and you can put that in for them as well if you add them as buyers, pre-qual and expiration dates for that and whatnot. And then down at the bottom, there's a section for Airbnb. Once again, we find it drives a lot of engagement. People find it super interesting, so we like to throw it in the buyer's report as well. But it's great because it gets them interested and working toward a lot of questions for to build that relationship with you. So another really cool thing that your buyers can do just beyond just their buyer's report is they can explore different markets. So this is what that looks like. Let me get our faces out of the way here. So in any given area, they can see all of these different markets to engage with. And the way that it's set up is it comes up with the market temperature first off. So it's going to show them right off the bat if it's a buyer's market versus seller's market. So they can scroll through all of these, favorite different ones if they're interested, but they can also look at a few different parameters. So maybe they want to look at square footage. They're expanding their family. They want to make sure they have enough space to do that. Or, maybe they're balling on a budget and they really need to make sure what they're investing in is affordable. Or, hey, maybe we need to get this done ASAP. So once they click into a market, it's going to give them more specific information on their market temperature based on their specific price point. So what's really cool about everything that's provided to your clients from Homebot is they are customized for your client's needs based on the information in the system. So no one's buyer's report, no one's digest will look exactly the same. They can see live listings here and explore more of them. And then we have that same information of averages for their market. All right, so one thing that's really exciting that I want to show you guys, and this should be new information for everyone on the call, is starting November 8th, all real estate agents will have Homebot Home Search available to them, which is our huge project, our newest home search tool that is so comprehensive and cool. It's a custom branded listings portal. So I have it pulled up on another tab here, but your clients can click into this from their digest, from their buyer's market report, from the Market Explorer, and see live listings. So let me show you what this looks like. They're going to find a property they're interested in. And it's going to give them all of the information that they're going to find on other sites, right? So if they're getting Zillowed or whatever it may be, it's going to provide them with all of that same kind of standard information, but it's going to give them insights based on their specific profile that they've set up. So it's going to show them how the market is, what they might pay, all sorts of awesome information here. And then they know exactly who to contact. So this client is in under Rachel the Realtor, but Rachel is sponsored by me. So they have their information available there as well. And then they can go in here in their profile and edit all of this information so that they can see the listings that apply most accurately to them. So let me get back here.
Hey, Kristen, when they do those things, are you notified that they're in there playing around?
Absolutely, a great question. That totally leads into my next thing here. Thanks for teeing me up. So everything we've talked about so far is very set it and forget it. It is the crock pot of Homebot, right? You toss your roast in here before you go to work for the day. But what if you want to put some seasonings in there? Make it a little more exciting. You can be very proactive with Homebot. So Tracie, how important would you say it is to reach out to your past client and make those calls when they raise their hand?
Oh, so important. Yeah, I
Beautiful.
mean, yeah, especially with Homebot where they give you a notification of your most active leads. I think it's every Monday we get that. Those are the first people that I reach out to because they're interested in something. And so you just have to kind of figure out why, and then it gives you a reason to call.
Beautiful. And striking while the iron's hot. That is one of the biggest best practices I think that exists for Homebot is exactly what you're doing. When you get that weekly leaderboard email on Mondays, reach out to those people right away. If they've been active in the last week, you're still top of mind because your branding is in front of them constantly. So going back to what Tracie had mentioned, we were looking at Betty buy a home, and look, now she's in my activity feed. So I'm seeing everything that she's engaged with. And if you're like, oh man, I remember Kristen showed me this. What the heck does any of this mean? Go ahead and just hover over one of these. The activity tag will pop up with some information and some links to our help center in case you want a deeper breakdown of what do I do with this information now. If you want to get even more granular, you're more than welcome to click into the client. And then you're going to see, and I just added this one, which is why it's very tiny, but you're going to see a breakdown of the entire time this client has been in your Homebot, all of their behavioral data. This is what Google wishes they had. This is a complete step-by-step what they've been engaging with and what conversation you should have with them. Now, there's a few different ways you can filter your activity feed. We built out the motivated for refi and motivated to sell filters, but we also have some down here. Say you just want to see who's been engaging with home search. That's really what you're focused on this quarter, or you just want to see who's been sending you direct messages. You can do that here. And keep in mind, if you're receiving CMA requests or DMs or anything like that, not only are you going to see that here in your activity feed, you're also going to be receiving an email notification so that we're letting you know right away that that's happening so you can jump on that opportunity.
And I just wanted to add to the people that I am partnered with. So when we're partnered, I get that notification as well. But unless they specifically raise their hand for financing, I don't have access to your lead's contact information. So what I try to do is a best practice, because you might be out showing property or something. If I get a notification and it's tagged as one of your clients, I'll reach out to you to make sure that you receive that notification and just let you know, hey, if you talk to them and they do need information on financing, you just make sure you know that I don't get that. So I'm not going to be calling them for you unless, again, they raise their hand specifically about financing information.
Amazing call out. We want to always be respectful and safe about data security. So there's just absolutely no oversight into that. Tracie can't go poke around in your account and see your client's information or anything crazy like that. And then in case you are considering joining with
sorry,
Homebot.
can I ask a question here?
Yeah.
Can I ask a question here? So Tracie, in that same vein, so when I put my leads in here, my clients, what it would to trigger you to call one of them, it's more of an interaction we would have via email or something.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't
Okay.
have access to any of their contact information unless they want to know about like refinancing or getting pre-approved. Then it will provide me their information directly. So other than that, it's really left up to you to try and make contact, or just be like, hey, I'm not around. Here's their number. Can you call them really quick? Like whatever each agent wants independently.
Right. So, because there's buyer leads and seller leads here, so I think they're each treated sort of differently, right?
Yeah, and I don't get notification on either. Like I don't have access to information on buyer leads either. Again, unless they raise their hand about financing. So all of your data is protected. I can't take it. I can't look at it. I can't share it with people. It's only if they want information specifically from me about financing do I get that information.
Okay.
Awesome. So if you are thinking about signing up, I do want to highlight the add client feature here under the clients tab. So you do have the option to add a client one at a time. Say you meet someone at the grocery store or church or your kid's soccer game, and you want to add them, you can do so here. If they're a homeowner, you just need first name, last name, email, property address, and zip. And then if they're a buyer, you have the option to toggle them on down here. Now, what I strongly recommend is getting your entire book of business in Homebot. That is by far the most important step to seeing ROI with your account. Your clients can't engage with you if they're not in your Homebot. So we have the ability to add them in bulk here. So you can just download our templates, super simple, and then just pop them right into the uploader. That's going to shoot over to our data team. Takes them 3 to 5 business days to go through and scrub the data, remove duplicates, bad data, anything like that. And then it'll be ready in your account for Digest to start flowing. All right, I'm going to pop over to the share tab here.
Can I ask a quick question before you?
Yeah.
So if we do that dump, so we download your template, we populate it, it goes over to you, and then it comes back to us to send out, or are you automatically sending out something once you get the data input?
All automatic for you. So once we get that big dump of data, we're going to send out digest over a 7-day cadence to your clients. We don't want all of them to like respond at once and inundate your inbox.
Okay.
So we're just going to send it out over a course of 7 days. And then from there, they'll go out on a rolling 30-day basis to your clients. So if you want to just set it and forget it, you totally can.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
I have a question. If you run like a Facebook ad and you're trying to get, leads to just say, sign up for your own home search or something like that, is there a link that you can upload for them to fill out? Like let's say they're on Facebook and, you click more information here and they click on that. Will it go to like a a, a place on Homebot where they can put in their name, email address, and phone number?
You know, Nadia, I feel like I paid you to ask that question. You've set me up so well for the next part of what I was about to talk about.
I
We
want
have our
$50 when we get done.
I'll call you after. So we have our share tab here, which is actual gold when it comes to lead generation and social media marketing and referrals and all sorts of things like that. So exactly like you were saying, you have links here for homeowners, for buyers, and for property search. So whichever one you would like to utilize and make your social media post for that week, you can. Let me show you what the homeowners page looks like. So it's a pretty basic landing page, straightforward, right? It's got some information here on whose page it is, what the heck Homebot is, and what they can do with it. So they're going to put in their info. We'll just use mine. And all of this, all these goodies, all these things that consumers want to know, it's all locked. So at that point, they're putting their email address in and they're flowing into your Homebot as a client. And you can see them if you go under clients and leads, you'll see where they came from. So if one of your clients, after you chat with them, you shoehorn that referral thing in at the end, they send it to their sister, right? She just bought a house. She'd love to see this. They'll show up here as client referral. And if they're coming from any of your pearls or personalized URLs, as we call them, they'll show up here that they came from your lead page. One best practice I recommend when you see them come through and it just says your lead page, of course, you're going to reach out and start that conversation. Hey, where did you interact with that? That way, okay, Instagram's gotten me 0 hits. I'm not really going to waste my time doing that anymore. Facebook has been hot. I'm going to keep spending my time doing that. It's just a good little insight for you. But you can use these pearls in so many places. I see people pop it in their email signature all the time. They have it on their landing page with their company. If you're doing in-person events like open houses, have it ready for people there, pulled up on an iPad. Or if you're doing print material, postcards, door hangers, whatever, you can just turn it into a QR code. I found out the coolest thing from someone on my team, that if you're using Chrome and you click this little box with an arrow, you can just make a QR code right from there. It could not be more simple for you to use. Totally accessible. I had no idea about this
That
like
is
last
worth
month.
this call right there. That's
It
amazing.
blew
Can you
my
say that
mind,
again?
right?
Can you say that again? Can you show that one more time?
Yeah, absolutely. So whichever page you have pulled up, whichever pearl, if you're in Google Chrome, this little square with an arrow popping out of it, you just click it and you can make a QR code right there.
Mm-hmm.
Could not be easier. There's a cute little dinosaur in the middle. It's great.
Hey, you just paid me my $50.
Perfect. I'm glad we're
Awesome.
even. So if you do want to share this on social media, we have a few pre-populated Facebook posts just to make it as easy as humanly possible for you. And then we have a widget that you can use as well. This is super popular on your company landing page. I am not like a techie, like super smart hacker person. So I would say get involved with like your IT in your branch, and they will help you get that on your landing page. But super, super useful, drives a lot of engagement. Now, the last thing we have to cover is the Customize tab. Now, if you're in your Homebot account and you don't see Home Search here yet, you will see it by the 8th. So I definitely challenge you to set a calendar reminder for the 8th at the latest to go in and make sure that this is connected. Because it's such an easy service to provide to your clients where you get all of that behavioral data. So if they're liking listings, if they're requesting showings, if they're updating their information on what square footage or whatever that they want, that's all flowing right to you. So you know exactly what they're going for, and they're not going on these other sites and not getting helped and their information getting sold to all of these other people. Now, is anybody, if you want to go ahead and pop in the chat, is anybody using BombBomb? I'm seeing a few hands here. Wonderful. Awesome. So BombBomb could not be easier to hook up. You just go in here and connect it with your BombBomb account, and it allows you to send out like a customized video to just one of your clients. So say you walk away from this and next Monday, you're so excited. You get your weekly leaderboard email, you're doing everything right. You connected your home search, you are ready to go. And you call your client because you see they've been super active and they don't pick up the phone. It's 2022. It's a lot harder to get people on the phone now. What you can do is go in through our BombBomb integration and record an individualized video for that client. Hey, John, just tried to give you a call. It looks like your AVM went up by 10,000 this month, and it looks like you're interested in what's going on in your market. Give me a call. Let's discuss further. Fantastic way to get your face and branding in front of them and strike while that iron's hot. Another really fun video feature we have is video email. Tracie, are you using video at all? Do you like doing it?
Yeah, I have videos that I've pre-recorded and set up, which I believe
Nice.
when they go to a specific category within Homebot, the video is triggered directly to them, right, in that category.
Yes, exactly.
And the realtors on this call or that are partnered with me have that video feature as well, right?
Yep. On the financial sections, they'll actually see your videos, which is really cool.
Okay.
Well, one thing that you guys have available as agents is video email. So think of BombBomb as the tree and video email as the forest. So what you can do is record a video to go out to all of your homeowners or all of your buyers or all of your people who meet the parameters to be ripe for refi. So fantastic opportunity. Here's what's going on in the market right now. Here's what's going on in this specific zip code if you work in a really insular area. Hey, this is a new promotion my branch is doing. Whatever it may be, just timely things. You can send these out once a week and just connect with your clients. Fantastic opportunity too. We have quite a few platforms you can use. You can use BombBomb if you have it on PitchHub or YouTube. If you don't want to invest in a video platform, totally fine. YouTube is free. Just make it public, make it over a minute long, and film it in landscape, not portrait. Super simple.
Okay, go back. So if you're doing BombBomb, it's to one person. If you want the video email to go to a batch of people in your farm in a certain zip code, you use the video email.
Exactly.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Perfect. Yeah.
So you can send market updates.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, talk about what's timely. And that's the thing I constantly come back to. And why I'm so passionate about working for Homebot is you are genuinely educating people in something that can be so unapproachable and scary. Like, I'm a millennial. I unfortunately haven't bought a home yet, but I have so much more information available at my fingertips when I'm ready to. And I just think that's really powerful, especially with how scary the market is and trying to approach that right now.
You need a realtor?
Oh, I should have seen that coming. If anyone's in Denver, email me after. I'm trying to get my husband on board.
Sounds good. I can refer you.
Perfect. Love it. Thanks, Patty.
I'm in Colorado. I'll take care of you.
Oh, perfect. There we go. Now I'm just feeling spoiled. So our last little power up here is instant offer interest. This one takes about 2 seconds to connect, and it is not complex at all. If you remember when we were scrolling through the digest, it had an instant offer button next to tune value. All this does is your client clicks on it if they're interested. A short video pops up that explains what the heck instant offer is, and then a notification goes to you. We don't start like trying to buy their home or anything crazy. Love it or hate it, iBuying platforms are here to stay. So we want to ensure if that is something that they're interested in, that you are the first person to know about that. And all you have to do is connect that one. It's such an easy one to do that I highly recommend it. So that's pretty much our overview of Homebot here. What questions do we have? What do you guys want to go over? We have some time left.
Hey, Kristen, can you go back to the share? There was a question in the chat. Can you only post to Facebook, or are we able to post in other places?
You can post this wherever you would like. We have these pre-populated ones just for Facebook, but you can post these on anything you can think of. Instagram, Twitter, heck, if you want to make TikToks, you can put it on there. That's like a huge thing now, especially with like younger people looking to buy. So you can use these wherever you would like. If you do like a newsletter for your clients, you could pop it in there. Why not?
And then there's another question. If you guys could put your questions in the chat, that would be awesome. Just because I want to be able to, if we don't have the answer, be able to provide it to you after. I had a question. Do you have a mortgage app that people can use on the go? Does Homebot have a mortgage app?
I hope that someday we have an app. Right now, the way it works is your client's going to receive the email and then they click into their digest through the email. So they don't have to create a login or opt in or anything like that. And that's kind of the most streamlined, simplified way we have it set up right now. I know it's a little confusing because the website URL has the word app in it, but we don't currently have an app. Maybe someday. Ask me in a couple years.
Then there's a question from Stacy. So it says the new feature rolling out on 11/8. Is that national data? Do you know that?
It is, yeah. So your client, it doesn't matter where you're located, where they're located, they can search anywhere. I will say listings are dependent on our relationship with listing services in that area. If it's, you know, a more challenging state, there may be more available there. There may be less available there. It just depends on how it looks in that area. But at the end of the day, you know, we don't intend for that to replace fully like any service you're already providing them. Like any listing search that you're providing on your end is probably going to be more robust, but it's just a great way to keep them in your sphere of influence and keep that behavioral data flowing to you.
Okay, and then the second part to her question, are there now 3 arms to Homebot? So you have buyers, homeowners, and then property search. Is that correct? Okay. And then if so, do buyers no longer go to the realtor's own IDX? Do they still have to set up their IDX when the real estate agent, their own IDX when they start with Homebot?
They don't have to. No, we find that home search is more valuable because the IDX feed is for one specific zip code, and that really just pigeonholes you. It really pigeonholes your clients on what they can view and interact with. So the home search does replace that. If you want to use your IDX feed, that option is still there. You are more than welcome to run your Homebot account however you would like to, but you do have home search available.
Okay, and then are there customized videos that you can make under home search? Are they able to upload customized videos under the home search?
That is a fantastic idea, and I will definitely be passing it along to our product team.
Awesome.
But not currently.
Yeah, and then someone asked, is this recorded so you can rewatch? Yes. I'm going to send it out to everybody. If you, I'm trying to figure out how, I don't think I had to have you register. So why don't you do this? I'm going to type my email in the chat and just shoot me a quick email if you'd like the recorded version. And then I'll get that over to you today as soon as we're done. And then another question, let's see, yes, it's recorded. How accurate are the comps if you're uploading and sending to your past clients, giving them their value? I would need to be prepared to send the CMA right after. And I know that this question is a popular one, you know, coming up with that value. So do you want to?
Totally. So we're currently partnered with Black Knight. That partnership isn't going to continue forever. There are other things in the pipeline that we're working with to just constantly be ahead of the game and be as accurate as humanly possible. But I think one thing that's really important to keep in mind is there are 1,000,001 companies doing valuations. You can go anywhere online and we all kind of get our data from the same place, right? But none of that replaces you as the agent. It's definitely an estimate, you know, that of combining that data that's provided for their sold price and their appraisal value and pulling the information from public record and kind of stirring it up in a delicious soup and spitting it out here. But that's never going to compare to your expertise in the market, which is why we constantly encourage them to come back to you. And it starts that conversation. You know, if they're like, hey, I think this might be off a little bit, I'd like a CMA. Awesome. Now you guys are talking. You weren't talking before.
Perfect. And then also, the question is, can it integrate with KV Core mobile? That's from Patty. So, Patty, if you want to elaborate on that. So like a KV Core mobile app, is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Do you know that, Kristen?
I don't. I can definitely look into that. I will say I don't think so, but we're constantly working on the things that we're integrated with. So we're always looking to start those conversations.
Okay, yeah. Well, one of the key things to my business is being mobile friendly.
Sure.
Like, because I'm constantly doing, everything. So when I'm picking up the phone, I pick up right away. So if there's any integration, that would be fantastic.
Totally. And I will say I've played around with everything Homebot related on my phone. I just have like a normal old Android, whatever. And it works great on your side as the realtor in your account. And it also looks great as a client. One quick thing that kind of reminds me is if you haven't added yourself to your Homebot account, do that today. Go put your information in, see organically what it looks like from your client's point of view. Easiest way to do it.
And Kristen, if I'm not mistaken, you guys are part of, you work with Zapier as well, right? Which a lot of
Yes.
agents on this call are familiar with, hopefully. So you can zap leads directly into Homebot. And I do that personally. So like you can zap from your Facebook ads, you can zap into your CRM from Homebot. You can like just zap it from wherever you're getting leads into, have them go into Homebot.
Because I use Zapier. So then
Perfect.
hence would be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can just request access here. It'll go to our expert on it in our support team, and they'll reach out. If you have any hiccups or questions or anything, just reach out to me.
Okay. I'm going to watch the recording.
Perfect.
And then another question, should we disconnect our own IDX so the national home search works? Or is that something that's just going to be automatically done when that feature comes out on the 8th?
You'll need to go in and do it. I would say just to be absolutely sure, I would go in there and ensure that that is hooked up.
Okay, perfect. And then Valley, with that estimate being said, can we send a script with the valuation indicating it's just an estimate? And I will contact you to provide a more accurate comp. So is there a place in the videos that if they request a CMA, they can do a specific video talking about that, how, hey, let's get in touch so I can give you something more accurate?
I know that my product team is working on adding like a CMA video section. So it's definitely something that's in the works. I won't promise any sort of timeline on that. I would say our best workaround for that right now is if you go into your profile and settings under account and then digest settings, we send out these welcome emails. As soon as you add a client in Homebot, they receive their welcome email, and then immediately after their first digest, whether they're a buyer, a homeowner, whatever it may be. So it's a great opportunity to go in here, look through what's already populated in here. You're more than welcome to change that. Put in a big disclaimer about this is an estimate. I'll reach out to you, however you would like to handle that. I will say, don't change the subject line if you can help it. We did some market research and this gets sent to spam least frequently. If you add any like emojis or anything, it's going right to spam.
Yeah, I highly suggest you guys look at what's getting sent and then edit it with kind of like how you would normally talk to your clients and verbiage you would use, and maybe talking about your experience, your designations, things that again are going to help you stand out, because those are just general emails that go out from Homebot that you have the ability to customize.
That's a fantastic call out. Everything you can customize in here just helps you stand out from the crowd. And you really do want it to be like true to your voice. If your clients know you as like one certain way and then they get this very generic welcome email, they might be like, huh. So definitely take a peek at that.
And then another question. So with the videos, can you make one on the landing page when they click on your Homebot digest? If so, where can they do that? And then is that different from the video email? So I think they're talking about if you can go to like the video tab to show them all of the different customized videos they're able to create.
I don't have that on my account here.
Okay, I actually have it. Let me share my screen really quick.
Perfect.
Give me 1 second, share screen.
And I think it's just because I'm on like a sales demo REA account, so it's a little wonky.
So can you guys see my Homebot screen?
Yeah.
No? Okay. So so this is what I see. So if I go to customize, and then you could see there's videos, right? And then you could do, and I haven't had them all done, but you could do customized videos like intro to refinancing, new home, buyer intro, pre-qualification. This is more specific for realtors. Should you sell, high market demand? So you can go in and customize videos and record them and put them in here. And they're obviously coming up with new ones because there's more than there were. So you definitely, you definitely want to go in there. You know, you could do your welcome email. So homeowner intro, buying, selling, financing, they're all broken down under videos. Power ups.
What's really cool. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. What's
No,
really
go.
cool with those welcome emails, that they're the welcome videos that Tracy clicked on, was when your client gets their first digest, that video goes out on it. So right away they're getting their digest and they're, you know, getting that information for the first time, and your face is right there telling them, hey, I've invested in this cool new tool. Here's what you can do with it. Reach out to me if you have questions.
Well, that's also where they could address the CMA part, right? Or the value part.
100%. Yeah, that's a
That's the first
fantastic, really smart workaround.
Yeah. And then I don't know, do agents have all of these power ups that I'm showing, or that's just on the lender side?
Just on the lender side for SMS outreach and mortgage coach. Understandably, mortgage coach doesn't really do anything for them.
Okay. Yeah. And then there's Zapier. So I'm going to stop sharing, and we have another question.
Tracy, I have a question
yeah.
about the video part.
Yeah.
Hey, if you go back to your videos and stuff, where are you still on, or is it the other screen?
It's the other screen, but
Okay,
go ahead.
I guess the question is is there a spot where you have to click to put that video on your main page, or like, how does that, you know what I mean? Like, where is it?
Once you've gone in there, Denise, and uploaded those videos, they'll just auto populate for you. So when your client
digest for the client?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. And every client won't see every video, right? It's dependent on their information and their market and a million other things. But they just populate in there for you. You don't have to do anything.
Okay. So if I create a video, it's going to land on there somewhere.
Exactly.
Okay.
And what's really cool about Video Manager is once you go in there and you knock all those videos out, I can send you a bunch of scripts, get you set up for success. You never, ever have to think about that again. You never have to re-record those. You're just good to go.
Okay.
And then Stacey, to answer your question, so your mortgage lender that you're partnered with in Homebot is always going to get a notification when you as a buyer or a seller reach out within Homebot, right? So, because your question was, when I put myself in Homebot as a buyer, every single time my lender received the same email, but as the buyer and agent, I had no clue. The lender is only getting an email that says, this person raised their hand to get listing information in 92109. That's all we see. And then it tells us who that real estate agent is that we're partnered with, that lead came in from. So at that point, just depending on the conversation you have with the lender, they can't do anything with that other than notify you and say, hey, this came over, this message came over.
Exactly.
And I
had a question in the chat about home sellers and buyers. Like, so if I have somebody, you know, they're usually both, should I put them in as a buyer or a seller? Like, is there a best way, or does it matter?
Yeah, you're more than welcome to, let me pop on one here for you. You can add them as a homeowner and as someone who's interested in buying. Oh, I think I'm in the wrong screen. But when you add them, you have the option to toggle them on as a buyer. And if you're doing like that big data dump and using an Excel sheet instead, you can just notate on there if you want them added as a buyer. Super, super easy. And there's no reason, right, not to provide them with the option to access that. And one thing that we see is a lot of times say you just add everyone just as a homeowner, people will find the buyer side of Homebot. They still have access to it. People love to click around online. We all live online these days. So they'll find it, they'll add themselves, set up their profile, their price point, even if they just want to look around. And then they'll be in your account as a buyer. So
yeah, and Kristen, you've given me, they're asking about scripts. I think you've given me scripts in the past. So we have the ability to provide you scripts. Obviously you want to use it as a guide. But Kristen, will you do me a favor? And I'll just, if you guys, again, email me and you want the scripts and the recording, Kristen, just send them to me and then I'll get them out to anybody that wants those scripts, just so I don't have to dig through my email. That would be awesome.
You got it. And I'll also go ahead and send over my favorite little pile of marketing materials too, because I think those are really fun and valuable for you guys.
And then can we just talk really quick, because I want agents to kind of know, like freemium, right? Which is when I partner with a new agent, I'm looking to put you first on a freemium account, which means you get free up to 25, correct me if I'm wrong, if this has changed, but you get up to 25 free contacts that you're able to put into Homebot. I start with that because I want you to use it, right? There's great technology and you get so excited, but I've been doing this a long time and it may not be something that you utilize, right? Or that you're confused by, or you need time to shoot your videos. So start with freemium. Once you get your 25 in there, I think the next level is from 25 to 500. Is that still correct?
Perfect.
Okay. And then the agent, I think their portion is at $25 a month.
Yep.
Okay. And so you would pay $25 and being sponsored with a lender. And this is why a lot of lenders don't sponsor agents in Homebot, because it's not just $25 for us, right? I mean, we're paying a monthly fee, we're paying per agent. And so we really have to make sure that, we have a conversation, especially if we're already partnered together, that this is something that you're going to utilize and that we take advantage of, just because it does become fairly expensive. I probably spend $600 or $700 a month easily sponsoring agents in Homebot. So that's why I want to do this kind of training, make sure you know how to utilize it. Kristen is helping me. If you are partnered with me and you're in the paid account, but you have 2 or 3 people in there, she'll reach out to you so we can kind of downgrade you to the freemium. Is there anything that they don't get, Kristen, in the freemium if they start that way?
They don't have access to the bulk uploader.
That's it. Okay. But they still get videos, they still get home search, all of that fun stuff.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So if we're not partnered in Homebot and you want to partner to start, you just let me know and then I can send you a link that will partner directly with me. And then you'll start with the freemium there, right? They choose that, Kristen, correct? When they get that link for me. Okay. And then after 500, what's the next level?
You're paying in blocks for clients after that. So you get another 500 clients for $10 a month.
Okay. And so do you suggest people, or do you know, just, are agents just putting everybody in, or are they kind of a little bit strategic in putting warmer leads in, or what have you seen the most success?
It depends on the size of the book of business. If you have like a huge book of business, let's pare that down. Let's not put everyone you've ever talked to in there. Let's put those warm leads. Let's put those pre-quals. Let's put the people you've worked with and your homeowners that you've sold to. Let's get them in there right away. And then if you do want to expand and put more people in there, more than welcome to, but that's the best place to start.
Perfect. So Patty's saying she's a luxury agent. What do you suggest? I think, the freemium again is just for you to get warmed up with the system, right? It's not a bad thing. I just don't want you spending money, even though it's only $25, and you hate it, right? Or it's confusing to you, or, some, like you could see even with mine, I've had Homebot forever and I haven't done all the videos. So we just start that way. And then depending on how many contacts you have to upload, I just usually have a conversation with the agent, just to make sure, it's something that they're going to utilize. I would say too, the cool thing about Homebot is, especially with some new mortgage products that we have out, having people figure the equity that they have in their property right now. Even if they don't want to touch the rate on their first mortgage, there's equity lines available. They can use their equity in their home to buy investment properties or turn their existing home into investment property. We have DSCR loans where you can buy, it doesn't even matter how long or if you've ever invested, no income, no debt to income ratio. There's so many programs right now for investors that you want to make sure you're talking to people, especially that have equity, teach them how to build wealth through real estate. That's my tagline, right? So use Homebot to build wealth through real estate with your clients. Shoot a video that says that. I have this amazing technology that's free to you that I help people build wealth through real estate using, right? And then all you have to do is click on this link. It's free. You provide your information. You're going to get a digest once a month that's going to show you the equity that you've built up in your home, Mr. Homeowner. Congratulations on doing that, whatever the video is. But it's so easy to get people excited about using your system, which I love.
Beautiful. I need to get you on another recording saying that for me, Tracie.
Awesome. Does anybody have any final questions? Again, I just want to be respectful of everybody's time.
No, this was super helpful. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
Is there I feel like I'm a little slower in technology. So is there a section in Homebot where I can watch videos at my own pace, how to do certain things or set up certain things?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So if you click into account here and go to our help center, I'm just going to pop my email in the chat real quick for you guys there. There's all sorts of information in here, and there's a section even just for agents that should answer really most of your questions. But if you ever have questions on anything, you're more than welcome to reach out to me. We also have our support team. If you're in your account and you click this pink chat bubble, that's going to pull up a direct line to our support team. They're all located here with me in Denver, so we're on Mountain Time. They're available 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. So whatever you guys need, we have ways to support you.
Awesome. So just to reiterate, email me. I'm going to provide you the scripts, some marketing materials from Kristen, the recorded video. And if you have any questions, if we're not partnered, just give me a call. I'll put my cell phone number in the chat as well. I also just added a link. If you love the training, just so I keep doing these and Kristen wants to spend her time doing them with me as well. Just leave a little review and just let me know that it was great. This helps me, right? Gather more agents and referral partners as well. So I would appreciate that. And kick some butt. Take this weekend and shoot videos.
Where do we leave the review, Tracie?
I just put a link in the chat. If you just click on that link, you can just, it just goes to Google.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, for my team. But it helps obviously. We should all be leaving reviews for each other, to be honest. I mean, look at how many people are on the call. You can get 17 new reviews, right? So
love that.
And honestly, Kristen, you showing me that QR code thing, you could do a QR code now.
Game changer.
Yeah, that is insane. I love it.
Who knows how long it's been there?
Oh my God.
Probably for a while.
Yeah, probably.
Have an amazing weekend, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.